What's going on, YouTube? You're back with Shades, and we're continuing our Let's Play of Katawa Shoujo. It's been a while, and I'm sorry for that. Oops, I raised the gain too high. That should be enough. But last time we left off, we are now basking in the afterglow of recent events. Everything intended. But, in all honesty, it's been a while. All I know is that the last time we played this game, we did the do with Shizune. And I hope, I pray to every lord above and below that we don't have another scene like this, because I can't handle another Lily. Because God, Lily, you just suck the life out of this boy. And I don't know why I'm talking like this, but I really don't want any more of the sex. Let's get to it. The days since then have passed so quickly that time seems to slip through my fingers like water. Every time I've tried to talk with Shizune, she's been out running errands or with Misha, and I feel as if she's avoiding me. I'm not surprised, of course it bothers me, but I think the way she's acting seems pretty natural. Then again, it's not like I've been through this before. Whenever I can't find Shizune, I end up running into Misha, and when I do, I ask her to help me with my signing. However, she always ends up squirming out of it. We're leaving after today, so I'm determined not to let her escape this time. Once we head back to school, we're probably going to have to start grinding through more school council affairs in preparation for school restarting. I want to brush up on my signing as much as possible by then, even if it's a day's worth. Come on, it's pretty much just having a couple sign language conversations. You do that all the time. Actually, you're doing it right now. Really, Hee-chan? That's funny. Misha temporarily stops her unconscious signing in order to wave her hands in front of her face in denial, but then quickly resumes gesturing everything the both of us are saying to no one in particular. I have to say, I'm still not bloody used to Misha without her hair drills. It's unfortunate her hair drills are gone. It's really unfortunate. I miss the hair drills. Hee-chan, you're so persistent, suddenly being interested in sign language again? Could it be that Hee-chan wants to make a career out of it? That's not fair, that was my idea first. You should be careful, Hee-chan, times change too quickly. By the time I decided I wanted to be a sign language interpreter, they had cell phones that people could type out whole paragraphs on. Amazing, not very good for me though. I would say that interpreters are still very necessary because, like for large public events, I'm pretty sure interpreters are still necessary. You can't always rely on like a text-based system to help you with sign language. At least that's what I've been learning in my sign language class. It still takes a lot of effort to communicate with those who cannot hear or those who rely on sign language. It's still a lot of effort. Like cell phones can't fix everything. As if she knows that another deferral isn't gonna cut it this time, Misha changes her tune pretty quickly to a more apologetic one. Also, my mouse is on screen, so I'm gonna fix that. I'm sorry, Hee-chan, I'm just so tired, especially lately. Even though being with Hee-chan is fun, she has way more energy than me. Teaching on top of that would be too tiring. I don't have that much stamina, sorry. She doesn't seem very tired, shouting this statement with her usual cheer and vigor. I know it's wrong of me to keep pestering her like this, though. Actually, Hee-chan and I were planning on going shopping today. This is our last chance to pick up some souvenirs. Souvenirs, huh? I almost forgot that I was on vacation. I understand what you're saying. Teaching doesn't seem so easy. Hideki asked me to teach him how to sign, and I was unbelievably lost the whole time. Well, I wonder how it'll work out for you when you become a sign language teacher. You can't get tired too easily doing that. Yeah, right. I hope not. Hee-chan, now I'm kind of worried, but souvenirs, so some other time, Hee-chan. Do you want us to get you something too? Just because I understand doesn't mean I don't want to teach. Just because I understand doesn't mean I don't want her to teach me. I suppose I can't press her further now, though, even though I'm bothered by how selfish it would seem to do so. I give up. No, don't get me anything. I'm serious. Don't surprise me with a funny shirt or something, okay? I don't like the sound of that. Slipping on her shoes, she yells goodbye to otherwise empty house and opens the door to leave, letting a cool breath of fresh air into the hallway. A tuft of dark hair peeking from the doorframe tells me Shizune is waiting outside for her. Good morning. Misha translates for me beyond the doorway, and Shizune turns around to give a small wave. Even though it's different from her usual offhand greetings in the smallest way, there is an unmistakable hesitation there. It leaves me with a vaguely empty and distant feeling. Hee-chan, you're up early. Am I interrupting a conversation? I was trying to get Misha to teach me how to talk to you, but I guess I was being impatient and I can wait. You two are planning on going shopping today anyway. Having Misha there, I forgot to sign my words as I say them. Unfortunately, since Shizune moved to fill the doorway, Misha is behind her. This brief misalignment in our positions means that what I'm saying is totally lost on her. I don't understand you at all. There are things I want to say that I can't put in a way she would understand, and there are entire conversations that she could have that would go over my head. I want to tell her now that it won't be that way for much longer. Instead, I just say never mind and tell them to have a good time and wave them off. It seems like oops, this music is way too loud for me. It seems like everyone is out for the day, so I sit on the biggest and most comfortable looking chair in the living room with a book. Not a sign language book, but one of the novels I had checked out of the library my first week. That was so long ago, I should really start chipping at that pile of books I borrowed, or at least return them. Oh no! It's Jigoro! Fucking Jigoro. 16 pages in, Jigoro walks into the room, a stack of papers in one hand and his sword twirling idly like a baton in the other, casually shaking water from a recent shower from his hair. Upon being seen doing something so ungentlemanly, he freezes like a deer in the headlights and slowly moves on to smoldering with powerful but baseless fury as he sits down on the couch a few feet away. This is only the third time I've met him and I'm already starting to feel nauseous on reaction. I guess in a way this could be considered a kind of charisma. I haven't said anything that he already seems less than pleased. It's likely a bad idea to provoke him, and just talking to him may count as provoking him. However, I can't help but thinking of the alternative situations that could play out. Let's say I don't open my mouth at all and walk away. Maybe go to read in my room or outside. That would definitely go down as an unforgivable insult. He probably would tell me to hold it and destroy me. Either way, not too polite on my part. What are you reading? The draft of my autobiography. It's a story of a man who wakes up to find an uninvited guest in his living room, sitting in his chair and reading shallow literary dreck. I've barely started reading the book. I don't even have an opinion on it yet. I can already see how this conversation is going to play out, so I might as well try to steer it in a different direction. Where is Hideki? You even ask questions really disgraceful. That aside, why would you even ask me such a stupid question? How would I know? Am I my son's keeper? Well, you are his dad, and it does seem like he does live here, so... But I guess I can't say that, tempting as it is. I give up. I already tried to make small talk with him and failed. It's like trying to talk to a brick wall and that also hates you. And this is my cue to leave. I sift through my wallet and see if I have enough money to go to a movie. Sorry guys, I'm just picking something out. As I'm about to stand, I have second thoughts. I'm too tired to go through trying to smooth over my problematic situation by trying to continuously walk away from them. It's hypocritical of me to get upset at Misha for trying to defer things when I even run from my own girlfriend. When Jigoro attempts to stop me, I'm almost glad, even though I no longer have any intention to leave. Wait. He says it plainly. He says it with plenty of authority, but nothing else. It's as if it's just a particularly commanding afterthought. Only a very powerful or very arrogant person can tell someone to hold on in such a manner. I'm sort of impressed. You're in the student council with Shizune, aren't you? What's your job there? And I don't think there are specific roles other than president. Shizune is always trying to round people up to help out here and there. Usually we might get like one person to pitch in, but otherwise the three of us do whatever needs to be done. It's crossed my mind a couple times around when I first met her that Shizune's disquietly and analytical stare might be because of her deafness, but it turns out it's a trait shared by everyone in her family. And that is okay with you? Why wouldn't it be? You, Shizune, and that pink-haired girl. Is that really your entire student council? With a student council that small, they wouldn't even bother to hold elections. I'm going to take a guess and say that you didn't join the student council. Shizune drafted you into it. You said you do not know exactly what your title is. That makes sense. I suppose if you weren't even elected, and you couldn't even be expected to know. After all, if you're not elected, you aren't really anything. No one is going to respect a student council like that. An unelected body of 3 people trying to scrounge up the equivalent of temp workers. It must be a sorry school of 3 kids having a tea party can handle every issue. What's how small it has to do with anything? If student council gets things done, isn't that enough? It's not just a game either. Maybe you should actually come to school one day. If you get there on the right days, you might even be able to see what Shizune is able to accomplish. Do you think that I have so much free time that I can afford to waltz over to your boondocks and watch my daughter's feats of self-aggrandizement? Never heard that word before. Or I have, and just I've never seen it, like, pronounced, or heard it pronounced, rather. I've never been more disgusted in my life. What you're saying is they might as well not have a student council, but the fact remains that there is one, and she's not got elected. God, why am I so tongue-tied today? And she's not got elected to it, and for her, it isn't a meaningless position. In fact, she works very hard for it. You sound like someone who voted for her. No, I wasn't there for that. Huh, you didn't even vote for her. Well, besides that, why don't you ask Hideki about this? Shizune has wanted to be a high school student council president since middle school. She would have him read all her practice speeches, wasting his time. For what reason? This whole time, he hasn't even looked up from thumbing through his manuscript. It's getting increasingly frustrating. Because it isn't a game. We don't run the school, but it's not like we're just playing at it and not taking it seriously. I wonder if it's so wrong not to be a purist. I have been to your school. Really, the students there. I can already think of a million things he might say, and I'm preparing for my heart to sink while I'm hearing any of them. It's funny, there are probably things I've thought before. They don't even have a cleaning duty. That was not what I expected at all. He's also wrong. They do. I should know. I get to skip out on it since I'm in student council. The concept of being wrong confuses Jigoro. I should take this opportunity to go on the attack. It's really odd that I'm thinking this way about a simple conversation. Clearly, your girlfriend and her father have, rubbed off on you. In more ways than one. Ugh. It sounds like the last time you were there was a really long time ago. If you can leisurely write off some memoirs, you can talk to Shizune now and then. Don't you think she has stuff that she's proud of? That's how young people are. We have things to be proud of. If you're writing an autobiography, you should get that. Such an opportunity, and I blew it. I don't know how I was expecting him to react, maybe introspectively, but Jigoro only grows angrier by the second. Yet as he does, he also seems calmer in a way, more sure of himself and in control. Who do you think you are to assume that my life is so easy? You haven't even read my biography, yet you're able to tell me how I should handle my affairs, including dealing with my own daughter. You could never understand. Even if I were to get up from this couch, walk over to you right now, and punch you in the forehead with brass knuckles with a condensed edition of my life story on them, leaving my biography imprint on your face, you would not understand. For 12 years, Shizune did not even talk to me, even though I hired multiple tutors and interpreters of all sorts for her to try to get her to become normal. It isn't as simple as you think. I'm not sure if I want to comment because, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not deaf. I don't have family that are deaf, but it is very easy for me to empathize and sympathize with others, especially being exposed to it, because being in an ASL class, guess what? I have a professor who is not deaf, but has been to a deaf college, has deaf friends, has deaf teachers, and she has engrossed herself in deaf culture very, very, very much, and she's done her best to enlighten her class about it as well, and it pisses me off that this son of a bitch has said that he tried hiring multiple tutors and interpreters and trying to get her to become normal. It pisses me off a lot. Because, one, you can't just become normal, because guess what? Being deaf, you don't have a choice. You cannot change that. And I'm not gonna... Oh, shit. Fuck my life. Sorry about that, guys. I just realized I had the music off the entire time. It's not that hard for me to fill in the music, because I did download the soundtrack, but it's just gonna be weird. I have to find the specific song that's playing, whatever. But this is not the proper way to, accommodate to a deaf person. I'm not gonna lie. It does sort of piss me off nowadays when someone who is, for lack of a better term, handicapped, is not properly accommodated to. When someone is deaf, you should have someone who understands ASL there to interpret and translate. If you have someone who cannot walk, of course, a wheelchair and wheelchair ramps. If you have someone who can't see, of course, allow them to have their cane and or seeing eye dog, blah blah blah. Properly accommodate to people who have disabilities. I'm not saying pander to them. I'm saying accommodate. Because guess what? If someone who is hearing went into a full community of deaf people, guess what? There would have to be accommodations for them. And guess what? People who are hearing would be like, oh, well, of course, like blah 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 blah, because I'm used to this, blah 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 blah. But when they have to accommodate to a hearing person, they're like, why? Why do I have to put so much effort in? Because they're weird. It's not my fault. They're not normal. It's a double standard that pisses me off a lot. And I truly do not come into contact with a lot of disabled people, but guess what, like, if I did, I would try my best to accommodate without, you know, dehumanizing them. And saying the word disabled is dehumanizing in a way, but I don't know a better term. But that's my spiel. And her dad right here is pissing me off a lot, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It pisses me off a lot. And I have 4 minutes left in this part, so I'm just gonna keep going. Hello? There we go. If she does not want to bother with me, that's fine. I assume that is normal. When was the last time you talked to your parents? It has been a while, and I feel ashamed, more so than he caught me then, and how easily I could have dropped my parents on a phone call or sent them an email, or even a letter, and I haven't. This knowledge only makes me feel more ashamed. I thought so. Hey, if I wanted to see my parents, I couldn't. This is different. You aren't that far from her. It's only one train ride away. That is enough. No means no. You are very persistent. If only it was about something that mattered. I can't see what you may have learned from my daughter aside from that and how to backtalk people. Is that it? The answer is yes. I wasn't persistent or argumentative before meeting Shizune and Misha. After all, prior to meeting them, I just experienced a small death. It's a mystery as to why I refused to join the student council in the first place. It's called I clicked the right buttons. Possibly it was from trying to get away from their nagging so much that I was able to get my energy back. It's a cute idea. I think again about why I'm still here. Arguing with Jigoro is pointless, yet I think I almost look forward to it. And he is right, I cannot understand him. Even if I did, I wouldn't care. I'm a louse that crawls on a whale, wholly insignificant. He has a confidence that I don't have. Shizune does, and it could be the reason why I'm here now, in an almost shouting match with her father, is because some of that bravery has rubbed off on me. However, I don't have anything to keep it going. Still, I hate him. I don't know what I can do. A few months ago, I think I would have punched him and let that consequences play out as they may. But now I can't risk it. If he were to hit me back, he'd likely kill me. So in the end, the only thing I could do is look at Jigoro in silence, knowing that I have no reply and hate him and feel completely at a loss. Oddly, he takes it as defiance. Fine then. Have fun with that. Bitch! I'm gonna kill him. But anyway, I think... Oh, well, let me continue a little bit. Picking up his sword and using it to pull himself to his feet, he turns and casually saunters out of the room. I want to throw my book after him, but I'm happy to finally be alone, even if I'm not in the mood to read any longer. Perfect timing! I'll wipe. So, I'm gonna end the part here, but, basically, Jigoro pisses me off. People who don't properly accommodate to, handicapable people piss me off. People who don't properly accommodate to anyone piss me off, and it makes me very angry, and I'm very sorry for taking it out on you guys. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos from me or from this series, hit that subscribe button. And you're not exiting the Shadyverse. My name is Shades, and I hope you've enjoyed your day in the shade. See you guys later.